This is Ranger Kidwell Ross with our ongoing coverage at National Pavement Expo 2009, and we're speaking with Ryan Cron. He is the account executive for Intergis, and this is a fleet management solution. I'll give you a shot over here. Mobile resource fleet management solutions, GPS tracking, reporting, automated scheduling, route optimization, software tools, mobile fleet services. They work with both sweeping contractors and municipalities. And so Ryan, hey, welcome, and tell me what we need to know.
Okay, basically a little bit about Intergis real quick. We are a nationwide GPS provider. We have over 25,000 units in service right now. Also, what we do is some automated scheduling and route optimization. So we're pretty much an end-to-end provider. For the sweeper specifically, we can track the vehicle in real time. As you'll see here, we have the map up, and we've got one vehicle down there. To the left here, we have places where you can group your vehicles in different divisions. So if you've got a few branches or something like that, maybe you've got some other vehicles besides the sweepers that you want to put in a different category. That way you can view them individually. Pretty much what we're doing is we're going to be able to track the vehicle. Here on the maps, we got satellite maps, we got some regular maps as well, some hybrid maps. And if we just kind of hover over this vehicle here, we can see what it's doing, if it's moving, if the actual address of this, and the last time it was updated. Now, if you guys wanted to get down a little bit further in there, what you could do is, especially for parking lot sweeping and things like that, we could zoom down further, use the satellite maps to see, did they do the front, did they do the back, things like that. We also have some sensors and things that we can put on these vehicles, PTO sensors, so you can see how long those brushes are being run, how many hours, when they were turned on, when they were turned off, and we have some maintenance features that you can set for that as well. We can set the maintenance for the vehicle by the mileage. Anything that you need to do by months, then we can do that as well. Like here in North Carolina, we have state inspection stickers, so maybe once a year you want to be informed of that. And then also you can see how long those PTOs have been running too, if in case you need to do some maintenance with those. Other side of the tracking here, we can also look at a breadcrumb trail. For instance, I'm going to click on this vehicle here, and we've had some trouble with our internet down here, but hopefully this will work for us. Click on history here, and this should show us a breadcrumb trail of where this vehicle has actually been. So you could really go in there and see if it's made its rounds like you want it to.
Okay. And in case the spotty internet here in the trade show floor doesn't come through, what you'd see is a series of dots that show really where the vehicle has gone during a particular time period. Okay.
Exactly. And also, we have some speeding, alerts and things like that. So on that breadcrumb trail, as we call it, then you would see, it would change colors to let you know if it was speeding. And also we have idling, so you can tell if the vehicle's idling. You want to cut back on that excessive idling. That's going to be a huge cost saver for you as far as excessive fuel cost.
So how about other things? Can somebody decide what they want it to be? If it's mechanical, can you put a switch on it? If it's, for example, I'm thinking braking, or I know one contractor talked to me about saving money by adding a GPS that alerted him if his operators were putting their sweepers into reverse while they were still moving, and that saved him transmission money. Is it possible to put sensors on for whatever a person within reason that they might want to have? Or
yeah, if there's something that we don't have, we try our best to, if we need to, we can customize it, things like that. We have customized other sensors before. We've done some temperature sensors for United Dairy and things like that were customized. So if we don't have it readily available, we'll do our best to try to make something work. Find the best solution for that specific need there. As I mentioned before, you can set up some alerts for pretty much anything, as you're saying there. We can set up alerts for speeding. We can also set up alerts for ignition switches, during certain hours, unauthorized use, weekend use, things like that. And then we also have the landmarks and geofencing, so that you can, set up maybe a landmark around your specific job sites, or if you got, employees that take vehicles home at night, then, you can get email alerts when they enter or exit those landmarks.
Keep them from being driven by their teenage sons and daughters while you're not there on the weekend.
One of many things, one of many things. Also an anti-theft deterrent too. So that way, if it does crank on in the middle of the night from the office or something like that, then you can say, okay, well, this vehicle's being used and it's not one of our employees, so let's try to recover that vehicle. And obviously that's a definite benefit there.
Let's talk about the software interface. I see that you also talk about scheduling and route optimization. Sweeping companies have the situation where sometimes they want you to sweep 7 nights a week, sometimes they want alternate Wednesdays, alternating with Thursdays. each alternate month. So what kind of things can be handled with the scheduling software? Is it set up to handle most sweeping needs?
Yeah, we can pretty much handle anything there, usually geared towards larger fleets, at least 15, 20 units plus. But what we're doing too is that we've got a visual control room where we can kind of put a light, we're putting a light version into what I'm showing you here on our GPS tracking and reporting, so that you can use the routing and scheduling and dispatching software along with our GPS tracking and reporting, and you can have everything on the same screen. We do equipment tracking as well for anything that doesn't have a battery, so we can do all that as well. We also have handheld GPS devices, so pretty much anything that you're wanting to track, personnel, equipment, vehicles, monitor anything that's run off a PTO, then we can do that for you. Fleets of any size, 2 vehicles, 3 vehicles, 2,000, 3,000.
Okay.
So,
And it does truly, you can truly come up with something that might be called sweeping route optimization that optimizes how you're getting from one stop to another, or which stops you should go to.
It'll come up with the most efficient routes. You have X number of vehicles, X number of stops. Someone has to come up with, especially if you're dealing with a lot of vehicles and a lot of stops, you want to be able to come up with those routes quickly and those be the most efficient routes, so that way you're limiting your mileage too. Reducing mileage is going to be a huge cost saver here. Normally it's costing you guys at least $1 to $2 a mile to run the sweepers, I'm sure. So if we can reduce some of that mileage, it's going to save you a lot of money. We have a lot of other things too. If you got guys that got free reign over their time cards and things like that, we have driver ID solutions, so that way you can more effectively keep up with the actual time that's being put in, travel time, work time, etc. And as I was talking to the landmarks before, you can go back in time, run a landmark stop report to see how long you're spending at these job sites and how long it's taking you to actually complete this size of a job, future bidding processes and things like that. So a lot of other benefits there.
So you can combine that information, compare it, tell what your average time per stop is throughout the year and that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Monitor the performance of your employees. We have some ways that you can see, who's got the largest stop times, more ignition times, things like that. So that works well too, which is kind of monitoring the performance of your employees.
Okay. Well, this all sounds good to me. How does somebody get hold of you?
Well, we got our website, www.intergis.com. That's INTERGIS. And we have offices in Tampa, Florida, Atlanta, Georgia, here in Charlotte, North Carolina, Columbia, Maryland, Philadelphia, New Jersey, Connecticut. We're out in California, so we're all over the place, nationwide.
All right.
All right.
Thank you very much. I sure appreciate your time.
All right, thank you.